Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Random Rants with Random. So Kane and I had an awesome ride today on the dirt bit, but as you'll see in the videos from today, on the homeward stretch, we got a flat tyre. I pulled off the side of the road and walked away from him for a minute, and when I come back he'd fallen over, and I wondered, oh, that's a bit strange. So I picked him up, got ready, and we got going. As soon as we got going, I'm like, oh, flat back tyre. And then the nearest roadhouse was 6 kilometres away on the bitumen, and I wasn't too sure about riding, but I gave it a go, and it turned out that he rode really well on the bitumen, just going slowly in a straight line. If you had to turn at all, then you start doing little fishies. But we just took it steady, and we rode the 6K to this roadhouse. And so the new panniers, I tried them out today. I put a first aid kit in one of them and a little survival kit in the other one, and thankfully I didn't need to use either of them, and they work perfectly. As you see, the black plastic on the inside protected the bag from mud and debris from the back tyre, and they stayed perfectly tight for the whole day, so I was really happy with how they've worked today. So all in all, it was a fantastic ride. I met this one bloke at the start of one track on his dirt bike, and it turns out I drag raced him back in the day. He had a little Ford Escort, and I had an old HK 68 model Holden Kingswood, and yeah, it was a pretty tight drag, and at the 3/4 mark there was a little tight section, and I was just in front of him, and I managed to just get in front of him to go through the tight section. It was like Fast and Furious stuff, but no one ever films the back in the day stuff. So that was all fun. And then another guy I met at the roadhouse where I rode Kane to with the flat tyre was a guy I rode with 20 years ago. And his claim to fame was he hit this muddy patch and he did a full, almost vertical handstand on the handlebars and then come back down to the seat of the bike. It was a spectacular thing to see, all in the days before head cams and GoPros. So yeah, it was an awesome ride in the dirt. Met a few people out on the trails. If you watch the videos from today, Kane performed flawlessly. We had a ball in some spots and scared the crap out of me and a few others. Just a shame about this flat tyre. So anyway, we'll go into my expansive workshop and I'll run you through what was supposed to happen today. So Katie's here still waiting for fork seals. They're a little bit expensive at the moment, but hopefully her water pump's fixed. They fixed it once and it leaked on me when I went for that really good ride. It actually started leaking again when the fork seals leaked. So they fixed that, and hopefully they fixed it for good. So anyway, let's run through the ride today. So this is the topographical map. So it's 250 kilometre loop, about 100k of dirt. So there's the start. So Kane will be in blue, and we'll get to these two later. So bear with me, it's a bit tricky trying to write looking through a camera. So off we went with Kane. Doody-doo. Come up this way to have a look at a fancy lookout here. But boom, boom, road closed. So back we go. Back around here, all bitumen. Doody-doo. Then we hit the dirt. And we did a few more doody-doos. And then onto the bitumen again. And then about this arrow was when I pulled up and we got the flat. So about 6Ks later was the roadhouse. Probably the shortest trip of the whole lot. So I rode to the roadhouse and I called in Rescue Mission 1, which is in red. So Rescue Mission 1 left from here, and they had to go bitumen all the way around the top. So they had to do a really big drive for me today. So I'm really happy with that, and joined in the bitumen here, and then picked me up, and I locked Kane up at the roadhouse, and then drove me down to get the old Lodeo, and then Rescue Team 1 continued on the full loop back to their home base. So that was Rescue Stage 1. Couldn't love that person anymore, the stuff they do for me like that. That's a 250k loop they did for me this afternoon. So then Rescue Stage 2 cut in. So Rescue Stage 2 in the Lodeo started from here, and we went back this way. Doo-dee-doo, doo-dee-doo. Up. Oh, why am I... That's black. So Rescue 2 went up and picked up Kane. And then coming back about 45 minutes from home, the range from the tablelands down to the coast was closed, and I hadn't seen any signs announcing it the whole drive. So yes, about 9:30, I come to here and the road was closed. So then Rescue Stage 2 in the Lodeo had to turn around and go doody doody doo doody doody doo 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 doody doo, and a bit more doodling, doody doodin' doodin', back to the start. So long story short, Kane and I left home base 8 o'clock this morning. Awesome ride. You'll have to watch the videos if you're interested at all. Flat tire, 3 o'clock. Called in Rescue Stage 1. By the time I got to the roadhouse, got Kane locked up, all the bags off to have him locked there for a few hours. Rescue Stage 1 showed up at about 4:30. So Rescue Stage 1's a steady driver. So we got down to home. We got to home base. When did we get to home base? At about 6:30. So then I got me stuff ready and loaded the old Lodeo up. And we got back up to here. We loaded Kane up. It was a very easy loading up. Very lucky there was a hill right there. And then got back to here and got back to here at 9:30. So I had to do a U-bolt there and then all the way back here, and then finally got home at midnight. So the rescue took longer than the ride, but it's all part of the adventure. So there you go. We didn't manage to keep it real on the back wheel, but at least it happened nowhere dangerous and no incidents were reported. So another ride day of 0 accidents and incidents other than mechanical failure. So well done, Kane and Captain Lamo. Always happy when those two come home safe together. So there you go. There's my topographical map. It was I'd never ridden on that track before, and yeah, it had amazing lookouts and rainforest. Oh, it just had it all, and had some very slippery sections too. But then on the backside of it here, after I come over the hills, it fined up and had some quartzy sandy gravel. And if anyone knows riding in far north Queensland, anywhere where you get the fine quartzy gravel, it can be hero dirt when it's a bit wet. So that was fun. Saw a 2.5 metre long taipan about there. That was good. Here's a bit of a beauty. So yeah, if you're interested, watch the series from today. It'll all be coming on the old Tubey Tube soon. So keep it real on the back wheel.